Welcome to Ask Us Anything. I'm Mike Wendland, and this is, well, she's not here. And I'm not going to yell at her. She's upstairs someplace. Maybe she'll come down. We just got back from up there, from up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We have been up there having a ball since last Wednesday and just returned home today. About an hour ago. So nothing makes you appreciate a shower more than going several days without a shower. And we went several days without a shower because we were camping in the woods, and that was pretty nice up there. We had about 16 inches of snow on the ground. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about it other than to tell you we had a great time. It was the most successful winter camp out we've had yet in terms of numbers. We did a count at dinner on Friday night, and we had 51 people there. But actually, we counted another 5 or 6 people as well. So this set all sorts of records from people coming from all across the country, as far away as Florida and Alabama. And they had a great time. The weather was very cold at night. We woke up this morning; it was below zero. Nice and toasty inside our RVs, though. We all had heaters and all sorts of stuff, and it was a great trip. And there we go. My lifelong traveling companion and my bride, Jennifer. I'm just telling them I wasn't going to yell because we've been working like crazy ever since we got home. It was crazy here, huh?
It certainly was, but you're being a police reporter comes through breaking stories when your first job at a newspaper with deadlines and always being on time.
I'm always on time.
Always on time.
I've
Or
always
early.
learned to make deadlines. Well, hey, I want to first of all look at how many people were waiting for us to show up, and that is great. I want to tell you right off the top, it's impossible for us to get to every question and every comment. We do our best, but there are so many, and you can see on that chat window everybody in there. If you have a question that didn't get answered, you can come back to this video when it gets posted, and you can ask it then. I'll do my best, but even then, I can't answer every email because we get a couple hundred a day, and I wouldn't be able to do any traveling or editing. So I'll do my best. Where you should ask those questions is on our Facebook group, on our RV Lifestyle Facebook group. And you can find that, just search RV Lifestyle, road trekking, RV Lifestyle under groups on Facebook. Join that, and we've got a lot of people who, besides us, will help answer questions. So hopefully that will help. And there is
I'm
something
going
here.
to say thank you to Pam because she likes my video with 17 tips.
Oh, you're looking at the chest.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Pam,
let's go
from
through
San
and say
Francisco.
hi. Hi, Pam. Yep, Jennifer's video 17 tips. That's right here on the RV Lifestyle channel on YouTube. Phyllis, our moderator and our social media guru, is on her way to Florida. She is in a hotel room near Paducah, Illinois, on her way to Florida. We'll see you, Phyllis, over the week sometime down in Tampa, Florida. And we want to tell everybody about that. We are just unpacking our parkas and our snow boots, and now we got to put flip-flops, shorts, and get ready for warm weather because we're on our way to Tampa, Florida.
I wonder how warm it is in Tampa. We've got to check and see.
I don't know. I didn't even look. It's probably a lot warmer than it was where we were up in the Upper Peninsula up here.
It was cold, but it was beautiful.
It was. So anyway, we will be at the RV Super Show in Tampa at the Florida State Fairgrounds in Tampa. We will be there from basically Wednesday night on through Sunday afternoon. We want to invite you. We're going to do a special meet and greet on Saturday, this coming Saturday from about 10, 11 in the morning till 2 or 3 in the afternoon. We're going to also do our weekly Ask Us Anything live from the RV Super Show. But because we will be on an airplane on the way back from Florida, at the time this normally goes on Sunday, we're going to do the Ask Us Anything at about 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. So if you can't join us on live, you can watch the replay, of course, on the YouTube channel. But we're going to do that right after our meet and greet. So if you're in Florida or you can join us, we love to meet everybody. It's a lot of fun. Isn't it not?
It is a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Ron is down in Pensacola. He says hello. Kathy is in New Jersey, and she got one of our T-shirts for Christmas. How do I
And
exchange it for size?
they do run small. The way everything does now. The T-shirts are very
I
fitted.
don't handle these, Kathy. I mean, we don't ship them out there. It's a Shopify store, so in the packaging, look for however the packaging was and send it
back
in
there.
that way, because we just kind of push them and pass them on through. But that's how you do it, and it's in your packaging somewhere there, I think. Hi to Maureen Tweedy, who says, Maureen Tweedley, living vicariously through our gathering. Well, we had a good one up in the snow. You know, it's
Boy,
so
I hated
funny.
to come home. That was really nice up there, and I love that picture.
Yeah, that was about 24 hours ago we took that, just as the sun was starting to set up there in the woods.
Bo and I were ready to stay.
Yeah, Bo loved it. In fact, did I show you all the picture of Bo? You know how Bo, we keep talking about elk hounds and how he likes it. Oh, maybe I don't have it here. I thought I did. I thought I had, I think I do. Let me see if I can bring Bo's picture up. Yes, I do. I have a Bo picture, and I'll bring that up. So this is a picture of Bo in the snow. And check that little guy out. Is that a happy dog? Is that one happy elk hound or not? That's right after we got there, and he just had a ball running in and out of the snow, and it was great.
It was fun to watch him.
Yep. Well, hey, we have a super chat, and I have to scroll around to pull that up because this software I have, there it is. This comes from Road Trip Buddy, and a super chat, $4.99. Woohoo! Thank you, Road Trip Buddy. He says, will you be posting any video of your Michigan trip? Jennifer, your video was awesome.
Thank you.
My ma thinks so, too. Where did you get your hanging fruit basket, your hanging fruit bag?
Amazon.
Amazon. I think I thought I put a link on it. Maybe I did not, but it's just an Amazon. Look for fruit bags.
Yeah, they've got them.
There's all sorts of different sizes. Yep.
Lots and lots of them.
When in doubt, search Amazon. Road Trip Buddy, thank you very much for that. Yeah, we'll have a full video Thursday, which means I have to basically edit it tomorrow because we're on the road. We hit an airplane on Wednesday. And Tuesday's podcast day. So I got tomorrow.
I'm not planning on seeing you.
Tomorrow and Tuesday I've got. So thank you very much for that super chat. Really, those are always great. And super chats always get you to the head of the line.
And now you got to go way back where you were.
I got to go back where I was. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, here we go. We've got Vernard in Maryland. Ty is in Oklahoma. And Larry from Wisconsin. Hi, Larry. Good to see you. How was your trip? Any new experiences? Anything new that you learned up in the woods? Well, we learned that Bo is not a good ski journer.
You've got some video of some poor woman with some dog dragging her in every direction possible and wrapping the rope around her. But I mean, I don't think we're going to show that. But
yeah, I am going to show that.
You are going to show that?
Yeah.
I mean, what happened to that woman was just what I expected was going to happen when you take a dog and let him pull you.
You basically are on cross-country skis, and they put a harness around the dog, and then they have like reins, I guess, and they attach it to you, runs around you, and then they have a little groomed trail, and off the dog goes.
Off the dog goes.
And off the dog goes.
Off it goes. Left, right.
Off
Sorry,
left.
I'm a bit violent here. Circles.
Yeah, my wife talks with her hands.
I do.
Yeah, the dog goes left, right.
Knocks you down,
Yeah.
ties you up.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty. But Bo saw all these other dogs. You had him. I was taking video.
I did not have control of him.
Well, he just got so excited, right?
You know, he's used to the dog park where he gets to play. And his favorite kind of dogs were there. Huskies.
Yeah. And
Sled dogs were there.
Yep.
And those are his favorite dogs.
Yeah, they are.
He was energized.
Patrick says, hi from Texas. Karen is, where's Karen? Karen is in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Ty says, that's what outside looks like. Yeah, well, there you go. Mike Stanley checking in from Sedona, Arizona. Said he tried to run away from winter without success. Yeah, Sedona can get pretty cold. I don't think it was as cold. It was 5 below zero this morning when we woke up. So that was really cold, and it was chilly. How many days does it last? He's talking about the show. The RV show is Wednesday
through
through
Sunday.
Sunday.
Hmm.
Yep. And we won't get to the show really till probably Thursday, but we'll be there.
We'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Hello to Polly in Texas. 46 degrees in Baton Rouge, says our friend Brian. Michael is in Mystic, Connecticut. Hello to you, Michael. We're still in New Mexico, says Barbara, but packing for our move to North Carolina. They're onward and upward moving. New Mexico can be pretty cold too there this time of year. Let's see, we've got to go to Luke is in Quebec, and we've got Jeff in Arlington. And I can't go through this. Everybody's from, this will take us all an hour if I just do it. Um,
But it's nice having everybody say hi
Why
and
don't
where
you-
they're from.
why
You
don't
can
you-
do it.
Why don't you have a FAQ and send people there for common questions? That's a good question. I should put that in my FAQs. That really is a good question, Judy. I guess it's a time issue because there are so many common questions, and we kind of like always are saying asked and answered. And if I can ever find time, that would be a really good thing to do because then we could just put that on up because we do get a lot of common questions and we try to answer them as we can. But I thank you for that idea. I just need to find the time to do it. Jennifer, you got lots of people liking the 17 tips.
Well, I'm so happy.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to
It
do,
was
wasn't
fun.
it?
We had fun doing that.
Yep, that was really
I'm
good.
glad they like it because I got a little silly.
Yep. Hey, we want to invite you to join one of our that Facebook group I talked about for questions. Thank you, Phyllis, for putting that on. There is the link down below over here, and if you go to that, that is our special Facebook group. We also have a Facebook page, but the group is where you can interact more. And if you're not a member of that, you got to ask to join, and there are a couple questions because it's a pretty active group. And because we get so many people that want to use it to spam, we kind of screen everybody a little bit. So answer the questions, if you will, and then we'll do our best to approve it quickly. But then you can ask any of your questions, and we have this wonderful community. They really are.
They are. They're right there.
And
They'd
they will
love to
help answer any questions. It's a great place to share information. And so thank you, Phyllis, for putting that up. Hey, speaking of videos and all that stuff, this video, we'd love to have more people find us here on YouTube. And one way to do that is to get Google's attention. And if you hit the like button, that will help us do that. So like this video. And don't forget, you can also share it with your social media things. You can share it. These little clicks, there's a little share button down there. Share it with all your friends. But that like really does help us. And I see some of the thumbs up going across the screen. And I thank you guys for doing that right now. Let's see. Miriam is dreaming one day of attending one of our events. And there's somebody else that liked your video, Jennifer.
That's good.
You'll see a lot of Jennifer in our up north video, our winter camping video. We had fun shooting that.
We did. I love it up there. I would have liked to have stayed a little longer, even though it was cold. It's the coldest it's ever been.
Yeah, both.
Maybe the first year we went up there when it was just the two of us.
It was very cold then, but we were only there one night. This time
Right.
we were there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. People like that winter camp out so much. Many of them came a day early, as we did, but many of them are now staying over. They stayed over tonight, and I hope there's somebody in the campground that's watching us tonight from up there. We missed them. We got out of there pretty early this morning.
Well, what I thought was really fun is that everybody was our group except for one tent. Right at the beginning, there was a tent.
Oh,
We had the campgrounds.
We had Road Trek motorhomes. We had Pleasureway motorhomes. We had Advanced RV. Those are just beautiful custom-made RVs. We had two. We had a fifth wheel. We had two people who were doing what we learned a new term called warm camping in a tent. Yes, warm camping in a tent in the winter. It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? But I went in their tents last night, and it was so warm in there. They have wood-burning stoves in their tent.
And Bo wandered in their tents as well.
Oh, Bo loved their tent.
Yeah.
Yep. Jason says, please post links on the 17 items video to where they can buy and support our affiliate links. Well, thank you, Jason. I am, and I just will be really upfront with you. I sometimes get a little, I don't want to say shy, but we do have affiliate links, and they certainly do help fund all of the stuff that we're doing. But I hate to always keep pushing affiliate links for everybody. So sometimes I don't put them on, and usually when you see the products that we represent or we talk about, like on Jennifer's 17 tips, if you search Amazon, you'll find them. And I should put all of them together. We're working on a guide that lists everything that we can send everybody out. It'll be free. I think we're getting fairly close to doing it this week. But sometimes I don't put affiliate links on because I just don't want to say, "Oh, buy it through our." Everybody does that. I know, and you guys are probably used to it. And you're so kind to us, and you're very supportive. Just like we've resisted going to Patreon. Sometimes I don't want to put up an affiliate list for everything, but I got to just get over that and realize that every little bit helps, particularly these days. Let's see. Alexa says Tampa is 68 degrees tomorrow. That's warm enough for shorts. Thank you, Jim, for that. Good evening from Deb. She says, where would you suggest we store our golf clubs on a Class B? Is there enough storage available? We'll be traveling with our pup. Just curious about space. Well, there are all different kinds of Class Bs.
Oh, boy, where are you going to put those clubs? In the back? We have the extra 14 inches in the back, so you can store things back there.
On the Sprinter XL, the extra length Sprinter Class B, there is actually a golf club holder that you can get through a dealer from RV dealers for the Chevy or the Road or the ProMaster versions, or even the Ford Transit versions of Class Bs. You're going to probably have to store it under the sofa someplace. But in general, there's plenty of room because we see a lot of people traveling with golf clubs. So
take your golf clubs with you when you go to the lot to go shopping.
It depends, Deb, on what kind of an RV you're looking at. And Phyllis comes back to she said Paducah, Illinois, and I didn't want to say anything, but she said Illinois, and Phyllis never gets anything wrong, but she did there. It's Paducah, Kentucky, and there she is. So looking forward to seeing you down there. Let's see. My wife, Bev, also got me a road trekking T-shirt for Christmas, says Larry. Very good. Say hi to Bev for us. We ran into Larry and Bev in Disney World, at Walt Disney World, at our gathering, at Pogo's gathering in November. That was pretty good. Boy, you're still getting lots of people who liked your tips, Jennifer. That's good. Great. Bo is in his element. Boy, he sure was. He was really, really having a great time on that. Michael says, what is a super chat? Okay. Well, super chat, remember I said I don't like to talk about affiliates? I don't really talk a lot about this, but it's there. It's this thing. When you go to comment, there's that little $sign. And then if you click it, you pledge like through Google $1 or $2 or $4 or whatever. Once we got a $20 one. And
what is the least amount? Is it $2?
I don't know. $1.99 or something.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say it now. What does Google get? What does Google keep?
Most of it, I think.
Most of it? Okay.
I've gotten several, but I don't think I've ever noticed that they've sent me any. But I'm supposed to get some of it, but maybe we just don't get enough super chats. But
I don't know.
I know some guys, some of the RV channels out there, they do really well with it when you get a lot of comments like that. But anyway, what it does is it then flags me, and I get a note, and it kind of puts it in a different color. And then the idea is a super chat goes to the top of the list.
We have to figure this out before the next time we go on.
Yeah, I just don't always explain it to everybody because it's like I don't like begging. Let's see. Did Major make the Youper news? No, but there was Youper news while we were up there. Major, of course, is Major. It's Mike and Jennifer's other residence. It's the name you guys, we had a contest, gave for our RV. And no matter what kind of RV I think we're going to have, we're going to always call it Major. So
Major
just like
one,
some people
Major
name
two?
all their dogs. No, just Major, and if we get another RV, it'll be Major as well. But while we were there, one of the trails that we often hike, some of our people, from the lower falls, the Tahquamenon Falls, to the upper falls. It's a couple-mile trail, was closed. Well, it turned out in the news up there, three young guys hiking. I think it was on New Year's Day.
New
Is that
Year's
right?
Eve, maybe New
New
Year's
Year's Day.
Day. I don't know. There wasn't enough information.
They were. We talked to some of the rangers, but the news had this big story: hikers rescued, dramatic rescue, a human chain of rescue workers pulled them near the rapids of the Tahquamenon, and it was all just all hike, and it made it sound like it just happened. Well, it actually happened New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, and obviously the papers that covered it weren't there. They picked up this from other accounts. But anyway, these three kids, I asked the ranger. It turns out they were like in tennis shoes, in January, in the wintertime in the woods,
And there was snow and there
and
was
there's
ice.
snow, and they slipped off a trail, and they couldn't get back to the trail because of the ice, and they were near the water, and they weren't dressed right. And fortunately, their cell phone worked. Rescue people got to them, and literally they had to do a human chain to rescue these kids. Nobody was hurt, but they were pretty cold, near hypothermia. So that was the closest major came to making Upper being the Upper Peninsula news while we were there, and there wasn't any. Sue is in Idaho. She said, I bought an older RV in September and haven't used it yet, so I'm trying to learn all I can to be prepared to get out there as soon as possible.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah, that is awesome, Sue. It is so much fun. Sue, if you've not done anything, can I recommend our boondocking book? There it is. It's an ebook that tells you all about boondocking, how to find free places to stay, how to always have a great campsite. It's there. Just go to roadtrekking.com/boondocking, and you can check that book out. It's there. All right, let's kind of go through here. I'm trying to look for the questions that we got. I love it when everybody gives me weather reports. Maureen out there in the west coast of British Columbia says it's 54 degrees. I know we had a big snowstorm that went through the center of the paper, center of the country. Michelle Young, I'm looking ahead to the next question. I'm going to throw. Michelle, back to our idea of doing an FAQ. Someone could volunteer to help with FAQs. I love that kind of talk, Michelle. They would have to scour the blog and our road trekking Facebook group that we put up a little longer and pull some of the common questions. And I'd want to look at it. Obviously, we could kind of help edit it. But that would be a great idea to have a running list of FAQs that we could get. I love it when you guys come up with good ideas like that. And I love it when somebody says, let's get a volunteer. Sue says they've only been camping a couple times for overnight, so it's a new thing for her. Well, you'll do great, Sue. It's really fun. Let's see. Somebody says he wanted to know how many days did we stay. Oh, that's Mike. Hi, Mark. Mark Perry Henderson here. Hi there. Glad to have you with us. Jay Gotch says he meant how many days did we stay at Tahquamenon Falls? We stayed up there
3 days.
3 days. 3 days. Yeah.
Wasn't long enough.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. It was fun. Rose says, I don't do Facebook. Well, then you don't do Facebook, but you do YouTube, and we're glad you're here. So there you go. Helen says, hi from Holly, Michigan. I cannot access the Facebook group. I've tried several times, not successful. It says I've been restricted. I don't know. I don't know what would have caused that. So keep trying. That's all I can say. Mark says, let's see. I am 67 and used to take my kids all the time. I'm restarting camping, only now it's me and my little dog bit. Good luck to you also. And that's great. It's a lot of people. How many single females did we have on this trip? We had several of them out there.
Quite a few. One from Florida, one from Alabama. Oh, no. Lisa brought her grandson.
Yeah. Lisa. And we had a couple of young kids. That was pretty good. Mm-hmm. That was pretty good.
Got lots of hellos.
Mike says you had a shot of your indoor-outdoor thermometer. What brand and model?
What do you have in there?
Man, every time I show something, they want to know what it is. Here's what it looks like. There you go. So just go to Amazon and search indoor outdoor thermometer, and you'll see a whole bunch of them, and you'll see a picture of that one. That was this morning, by the way. That's one. After we woke up, it was much colder at night. It was 1.2 degrees outside and 72.9 inside. That's a little too warm
Yeah,
for
that
us.
was too warm for us.
Yeah.
And the night before, it got up to 76, and Bo woke us up saying, "Hey, you guys, do something about the heat."
We need to have a bell that rings when we have a super chat. Here
We
is
do.
another one. This is from Mike Thompson. Got it. Thanks. Well, all right, Mike. Thank you.
And it looks like $1.99.
That must be the
that
lowest
must
amount.
be,
So thank you.
what you have to go for.
That was great.
Dollar days are over.
That was good. And people were asking where Jennifer got the fruit baskets that we use for our fruit, and I said look under Amazon, and she found them there on Amazon. I should probably find an affiliate link for them all that. But Edward, is a dry bath possible in a B class with a queen king bed, or would you need to go to a B plus? You'd need to go to a B plus. You know, well, maybe that's not quite accurate because ours has a wet bath. If you mean a dry bath, you mean with a dedicated shower. I don't know of any B classes that have it, but the B plus does. The leisure travel vans, for example, have just some beautiful, and the Airstream Atlas, which is the B plus, has a beautiful dry bath with a self-contained shower and a really pretty spacious bathroom. And Tiffin, I think, well, that's a Class C. That's the Tiffin Wayfarer. But really nice. I see a couple of thumbs going up, and I want to again remind you all, if you can do that, just let us know. Just like this video. It helps us get noticed in YouTube, and the more subscribers, and that means that our videos get shown more often. So it really helps. Going to be cold in Orlando, Rose says. We're going down to Tampa, but Orlando is not that far away. 46 degrees tomorrow night. That is a bit cool. That is a bit cool. So, boy, you're still getting talk about your tip video, Jennifer. There's
Well,
a
good.
nice
I'm glad
one
everybody
from
liked it.
Bridie Bear who watched it and enjoyed it.
Now we'll have to come up with 18 more.
Yep. William uses your tip idea there for his boat. The extending rods, you put them in a cupboard to keep things from falling off.
I am so glad that we finally did that. We always talked about it, and we just never did it. And I'm so happy because I opened the cupboard and nothing fell out on me. It was just pretty exciting.
Yeah. Hey, Mike and Jen, do you have a favorite campground with hookups in Florida? We've got a gazillion of them.
Camp Golf.
I think our
Henderson
favorite,
Beach.
yeah, Camp Golf. Now, our favorite is in the Panhandle. That's where we think the beaches are the most beautiful, and we love them, and that's where we tend to go. But on the beach, Camp Golf, which is really great. Now, the actual ones on the beach itself are premium.
Very expensive.
But you can get off there fairly reasonable, and it's just a short walk because the campground's right on the Gulf. Henderson Beach, which is just down the way in Florida, is really good. Beautiful campground, full hookups. If you go to the Destin West RV Park in Destin, Florida, excellent. Down the coast, you can just pick it. I think, what's the one over by Jacksonville? It's a state park. I can't think of the name of it. It's a gorgeous state park. You'll find, though, that as you go south in Florida, you need to have pretty much a year's reservations, unless you call every day to try and get in.
Have everybody say what their favorite is.
Yeah, you could do that. You could all post that here and what's your favorite ones, and we'll people
Of course,
can
they're
watch
not
them
going to want to
as.
say that because then they won't be able to get
That's
in. It's
right.
hard enough to get in as it is.
Yeah, that's good. Somebody else found your fruit bags on Amazon. Hers arrived yesterday. Loves them. Thank you, Jennifer. We should have put an affiliate
Yeah,
list.
we
could
should
have
have.
probably bought a tank of gas from it. Greetings from Whitby Island, Washington State, going on our first long trip in our 30-foot travel trailer, March through June. Wow, good for you. Took hubby tent camping years ago, said no more unless an RV or a cabin, and now they're going in a 30-foot travel trailer. Well,
Awesome.
Congratulations. That is awesome. That is really good. Were there any Corrado Axions at the meetup? I'm curious how they're working out for people and see that there are more options now. I have never seen a Corrado Axion in the wild, Maureen. I've seen them at, I think, Camping World. sells them. Maybe a couple. Oh, I guess and we saw them at a Super RV show in Phoenix, but I've never seen one in the wild, so I can't give you any feedback on them. Have not seen it, and um, I'll let you know when we do. Is DirecTV good for road travel? Yeah, it is. I've got one right over there in a box. I can't turn the camera around, but it's there. That I'm going to probably do a test on when it gets a little bit warmer. They're smaller and more compact. Lots of people use them. You can now get a DirecTV that you can activate just for a long trip, like for a month's service, or you can have one that you activate at home and you carry the little dish, which is really like a little dome, around with you. So lots of people have that, and they really like it. Okay, let's keep moving through here. Jennifer, will you be posting any more videos on any other topics? Mike, what type of camera do you use when you film your videos? Well, Jennifer will have, we kind of do them together, but she'll have one on Thursday about our winter campout.
All right.
And this is my camera. This is the Canon EOS M50. And this is one of the wide angle lenses I use. And I think this lens is, how big is this lens? It's,
Want my glasses?
I probably need your glasses. It's 11 millimeters wide, so it's a really nice wide angle, and I can use it, I can go like this, and it'll get all of us in here. So I really like this camera a lot. It shoots 4K, but the 4K isn't really good. I basically just shoot 1080, which is really the maximum that looks good on YouTube anyway. 4K looks okay, but I'm not a big fan of 4K right now with this camera. If I had another camera, which I'm looking at down the road, maybe I'll do 4K, but 1080 works good. So that's my camera. What antenna do you use with my Yaesu? It's a quarter wave. My Yaesu is a ham radio license. And I bet there's 2 people in this whole group that care about this. So real quick, it's just a quarter wave, 440, 2-meter quarter wave antenna. And there's a gazillion of those you can buy, and you can look them up and pick whichever. They all, they're only about that tall. They're not very big. Do you prep your RV for the frigid temps?
We didn't particularly. Oh, well, what you're talking about for the windows, the insulation that we cut for each window to put that up, and that worked great to keep out the cold. And other people put up a suspension rod and get an insulated curtain and put that across the back to keep the cold out. So there are a few things that you can do for the cold weather. We brought the ceramic heater because we could plug in.
Yeah.
So there are different things you can do.
Yeah, of course the unit is winterized, so we bring fresh water and we flush with antifreeze, and then when we dewinterize or get to a warm climate, then we'll empty the black tank. But what we found is the Aldi heater in ours, it's great, heats the floor, but it will only get it to about 60 degrees inside, which is a little chilly. It's good sleeping weather. But we have a little 15-watt ceramic heater that we put in it with ours, and that thing, that cranks.
Didn't we buy that at Walmart?
We bought it at Walmart. It's on Amazon. It's called Lasco, L-A-S. I put it on the Facebook group. I put a link, an affiliate link there. You can go to the Facebook group and you can find it. But I think it was like 20. Right now it's on sale, 2 of them. Why would you want 2? You only need 1 in a Class B. But man, that thing got it to 76 degrees. One night we woke up at 3 in the morning. We hear this noise. We hear this, and it's Bo. He says, it's too hot. So we turned it down. And this morning, as I showed you a minute ago, it was almost 73 degrees in there. That little heater does it. And then, like Jennifer says, we put Reflectex. We buy a big roll of that, and we cut it to the window size and put that on. That
Worked
really
great.
worked good, didn't it?
But just remember when you're going to leave in the morning, whatever you put on the window, if it's tight to the glass, take it down before you want to go. Take it down. Give yourself time for it to thaw because it was all frosty.
All frosty.
Had to wait for our window.
Becky, it's a tough question, Becky, but I'll answer it. In August at the Mill Creek Campground Gathering is any type of RV. We have a 5th wheel. Any of our gatherings that we have, all vehicles are recommended. It's for all of them, or all RVs. However, all of the gatherings that we've been talking about have been canceled. Not ours. These were the ones that Road Trek um, marketing had set up, and this would include their homecoming. It included
Mackinac
the
Island,
Mackinac Island. It included
Nashville.
Nashville. All those now were canceled, and I don't have any reason why. It's a lot of work to organize them. So the only ones that are on schedule now is the one in New Orleans in March, which was sold out, so they're not going to cancel that. And then the one
Mary
in
Jane's
yeah,
cooking.
Mary Jane Curry's cooking one out in Pismo Beach, California, in first week of May. That's still on, but they canceled all the rest of them, and there won't be any more official road trekking gatherings. Our and we call ours the RV lifestyle gatherings. We're trying to use that name a lot more. They're open to everybody, and we will probably have some of them. We're
We might
looking
have
at
a couple more because a lot of people have got ideas, things they want to do.
like right here, and we talked about this. I think I mentioned this a couple of weeks. The Brighty Bear says, "Do you think we can do a Badlands, Black Hills, Yellowstone trip in there in 3 weeks, or do we need more time?" Uh, Badlands is 2 days at least, three if you really want to have fun seeing it. And the Black Hills is another 2 days. You'd want to stay at Custer State Park there. You also need to go to if you can get up to North Dakota, to the Theodore Roosevelt National Park. We think that's one of the nicest. That really has surprised us how much we like that national park. And then you visit the little town of Medora, which is right there, gateway town to that national park. They have a musical in the summer that is knock your socks off.
It's fun.
You got to see it. And then you go to Yellowstone. So you can do it in 3 weeks, but you'll be busy. Uh, that's where I would like to do one of our gatherings, is at Theodore Roosevelt. It's a boondocking park. There's no electric hookups, but in the summer you're good, except maybe for the air conditioning. You'll miss that. Uh, but
I
we'll
thought
try
you
and
were going to
find
say
out.
Yellowstone.
Oh, I'll go to Yellowstone anytime. Anytime. I
I
think that's
missed it.
good.
We didn't go last year.
Yeah, that's the first time we didn't make it, isn't it?
Right.
Um, Jason says, we want links to stuff that works, and if you have some good thing to recommend, we want that. Plenty of garbage out there when you search. All right,
It's getting pricey testing all this stuff.
let's make a pledge to Jason and everybody. When I put products up, I
The-
will put links to them, and I will try and go back in and put links to the products in Jennifer's 17 tips someday.
Isn't that the
Sometime.
truth? We want stuff that works. Because I ordered a second pair of electric gloves, and I think I got ripped off because I've been waiting forever for those gloves. Paid my $45, and I just got a text a couple days ago saying it'll be 2 to 3 weeks, and want to know if I
those
want to
just-
buy
They
more.
were supposed to be a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike Stanley reminds us, check out the Coach House Arriva for a dry bath and a true V. You're right, Mike. I now remember that. You remember that Coach House? That's the one where they had the real beds, and the sofas did not go slide on the floor. They had like a Velcro that kept them down.
Yeah.
And they had a dedicated dry bath in that Class B. It's a small little company, Coach House, Arriva. Check that out. That is, we were very impressed. We saw them at Hershey, and thank you for that reminder, Mike. We'll look them up and see if we can find them. It's a really nice little Class B, and they don't get a lot of attention because it's a fairly small manufacturer, but they make a beautiful, beautiful RV. So we'll check it. Um, Edward says, thanks for the info, Mike. More research and visits to various dealers needed. Will not be able to attend the Tampa show. Hope you have a good time. Well, thanks. That's an RV show is always the best way to see and to do your shopping. In the newsletter that comes out tomorrow, we're in the middle of RV season. It's not just Tampa. Tampa's the big super show, but if the list is like that long, it goes on and on and on and on and on. So if you haven't picked up our newsletter, if you're not a subscriber, can I invite you to go and do that? You just go to this link and fill out the form. And if you do it tonight, you'll get tomorrow's newsletter. It comes out about 6 a.m. It goes out Eastern time. And at the bottom of that, every week we list all the RV shows and what's going on in the RV all around the country, all around North America. And you'll see the list of RV shows. So yeah, try and find a show near you, and you can shop model after model and find exactly what you want. But I urge you all to join that group, join our newsletter, and if you do it tonight, if you're not a member yet, you can get, and you get a bunch of free stuff too. I forgot that. You get a bunch of discounts, really helpful discounts for your RVing, and a couple, 3 guides, really good guides that we've put together. So check that out and be a part of our community, and that would help out. Michael says, I frequently drive new and older Sprinters for work. I've noticed a improvement braking in the new Sprinters compared to the old. How does Major compare to its predecessors? It's about the same. It does a great job, Michael, but I don't notice any improvement. I don't notice anything worse. I've been pretty happy in all the Sprinters we've had with braking, and it seems to do a good job. It's a 2018 Sprinter. I've yet to see a 2019 Sprinter that's been turned into an RV yet. I'm really looking forward to those. I hope we could see a couple of them out there at the Super Show, but I doubt it. I don't think they're being released yet. All right, let's see. Bruce Howard says, my favorite is Florida. My favorite place in Florida is my in-laws' driveway. There you go,
that's
Bruce.
Nice to hear.
Your in-laws are thrilled,
Mm-hmm.
and it saves you some money. So that's
And you have your own space.
Yep, that's pretty good. Michael, something about icy roads in the UP. We went up
a little icy.
Yeah,
Some of them.
when we went up, we drove up in a whiteout. It was just I-75, the major interstate was.
That was in the Lower Peninsula.
I know. As soon as we hit the bridge, it cleared. But then the next morning, as we drove to Tahquamenon Falls, the roads were a little slippery, and they were a little slippery coming out this morning.
Mm-hmm.
But the people always say, "Do you have snow tires?" No, we don't need snow tires. Do we have 4x4? We didn't need 4x4. These things have so much weight that they just handle really well on the snow and the ice. And Mercedes and the Sprinter has that anti-skid package too, and I feel very comfortable driving that Sprinter, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Mr. Bo, you coming in to say hi?
Yeah.
Good boy.
Let's see. What else do we got? I got to move forward. Have you done Route 66? We're planning to drive it from beginning to end this year. Bucket list item. Oh, you're going to have a ball. Let me get that off there. Again, join that community so you can get our newsletter and you can get all that list. Route 66, yeah, we did that. We didn't do the whole thing. We did it to Arizona, and from basically Chicago. We had a bad experience on Route 66, though.
Yeah, was it day 2?
Day 2. Actually, we had one wonderful day. I shot, well, you'll see as you go along, all this wonderful video of these old vintage, kitschy type places, with the statues and Route 66 nostalgia. And then we stopped for lunch.
Dinner.
Stopped for dinner about 4:35 in the afternoon.
Rush hour.
We stopped
Nice
on the
neighborhood.
Illinois side of
Busy, lots of cars.
of St. Louis. We didn't want to go into St. Louis, and eat there. It's always hard, in the big city. And we were in for 40 minutes eating, came out, and somebody had broken in and stole everything.
Computers,
camera gear.
everything.
And so that kind of ended our Route 66 documentary because I'd missed everything was on my camera and then on the computer, and it got stolen. And we had another dog. We had Ty with us, and he was in it. And I had a dash cam. I had a camera that was facing out, and I had one inside. And as soon as the guys came in, they took the camera that was facing inside. They actually took it, ripped it out, and took it with them. But the camera that was facing outside recorded sound. And it actually got a picture of one of the suspects as he was casing our vehicle. And then as they came in, because we started worrying after the police came and they took the reporters, did they hurt our dog? Because our dog Ty was just like Bo, friendly, loves everybody, including burglars and thieves. And you could hear they were really nice to him.
Yeah, they were telling him he was a pretty dog and he was a good boy.
And I could just see him wagging his tail, But anyway, that was
an older dog, and he's a little bit sickly. He probably just laid there. But when we opened the door, he was so upset. It was like, I didn't make this mess.
Yeah.
He was just like, let me out of here.
And there's a story on the blog. If you search it, I think it's slugged, "We've Been Robbed." You'll find it. I did a podcast episode. This has been now going back 3-4 years. But
Yeah, 3 years.
stuff like that happens. It's only happened once. It didn't change us. We went back and replaced all the equipment, and insurance helped us with most of it. So it was a big inconvenience.
We won't go into that one because
Yeah.
that would take up all of our time. That was the worst trip we ever had.
It-
Everything kept going downhill.
And yet we
From
still
me
had-
getting food
and didn't we still
poisoning,
have a good time,
tripping
though?
and falling, getting pneumonia.
She was in the hospital with
You
pneumonia.
know, I mean, and then the dog died. I mean,
When we
you
got
know,
home.
it's just
When we got
like,
home.
it was just like,
It was a bad year.
this is a bad trip.
But we still had a great time, didn't we?
Yeah, except for the dog dying, me having pneumonia,
Yeah.
being in a 10-bed hospital, but
Okay.
we survived.
All right,
Well, enough of that.
we let that year go by.
We'll let that trip go by.
That's pretty funny. All right, let's see, Scott. Thanks for doing this show. What's your opinion on Airstream trailers like the Nest as a beginner model? Gorgeous, love the. Well, if we didn't have an RV, a motorhome, we would probably get an Airstream. We've always liked Airstreams. You have really.
Me, I guess,
Yeah.
'cause little girl, they just were shiny. I don't
Cute.
know. I just always thought they were nice.
Yeah, and they are. They're beautiful. The Nest is really nice. Then there's, I think, Base Camp. Is that the other one that they
Yeah,
have? The
Base
small
Camp,
one?
the
I
little
think
one.
something like that.
Uh-huh.
And they're both fairly small. Airstream has always made a really quality product, and they hold their value. We like them. I'm not into a towable. Hey, but maybe I need to try one sometime. Because we want to broaden everything we do and see how it goes. And let's see. Let's see. I like your lifestyle, and I'm shopping for a road trek. Well, good for you. You'll find lots of them out there. And let's see. I'm trying to go right on through these. You two look amazingly well rested for your fast trip home. Janet, are you home yet? Janet was up there. She says the freeze out was another success. Janet Matthews is one of our favorite regulars at many of our gatherings, and she's just a terrific lady. And Janet is a solo traveler. Well, she's got 2 puppies that she travels with. So I hope you made it back safely. Otherwise, you're right there. And I'm a lot more tired than I look. It was cold this morning, wasn't it, Janet? It was very cold. My buddy, Road Trip Buddy, how does investigative journalism differ now than when you first started as a
Oh,
career?
here goes another hour.
What changes have you seen?
They don't do it.
I'm just not. Yeah, I'm not going to even go there.
We can't go there.
Let's just say, very little journalism anywhere today, and it's very sad. And we need it. You really do. But I'm not going to go there.
You need to tell both sides and have everybody mad at you.
Yeah.
Then you've done a good job.
That's what they used to tell me.
That's
That
what
if
they used to
everybody's
say.
mad at you, you did a good job. Both sides. All right, Judy, a friend of mine was robbed the same area when he stopped with his Class A. Yeah, I got a feeling it was a regular spot there that many people had it because there was somebody had a U-Haul and they got broken into, and it was a couple of others. And what's the longest time you've boondocked? Probably a week. About a week. Yeah, I think it was a week in Montana, and that's without going back and getting. I might have had a well that I pumped up some water and brought some more fresh water in, but that's about it. And then we found a place to dump the tanks, and then went back boondocking again. So it's good. I love seeing those thumbs up as they kind of flash by the screen. And I'll just pitch that one more time. If you do us a favor, give this video a thumbs up. It helps us with Google. And I should also explain, if you haven't subscribed to the RV Lifestyle, we just went over 60,000 subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And there's also a little bell icon, like people like Jennifer's Tips, and they want to know when the winter video is going to be up. If you click the little bell icon, it gives you the opportunity to be notified whenever a new video is posted, and you get notified right away when it's posted. So, but please do subscribe to this channel if you haven't. That would really help us up. Oh, look at all those thumbs up, a whole bunch of them. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate all of that. And again, I'm sorry if I've missed any of your questions because we have some.
Rose had, why didn't we have an alarm in our RV? Why did it get broken into?
We had. I wouldn't know. I don't know if anybody has an alarm. We had a dog. The dog didn't do much, and we had all the security cameras. But no, we don't. We don't put an alarm in it, and I still don't have an alarm. But
Maybe you should say you do.
oh, I got one. Yes, I forgot about it. A really
And some
loud one.
tarantulas and all
Yeah,
kinds
it's
of things in
snakes.
there.
Yeah, and that pit and a couple of pit bulls. Yeah, stuff like that's going to happen, and people get in. And uh, to this day, I'm not sure how they got in. There was some speculation that they got in with this key thing that was going around then that car thieves had that could offset the electronic locks. I don't think that was it. Uh, you know what I think it was? If that key fob, if it's operator error, there is a way, if you click it the wrong way, it will only lock one door or two doors and leave the sliding one open if you haven't completely shut it. So
Well, these thieves were polite because they knocked on the door before they came
you
in.
could hear him on the audio, yeah.
If Ty just would have barked, but he was not a watchdog.
Yeah,
He was supposed to be a show dog.
yeah,
And they trained him not to bark, so he was not a watchdog.
yeah. That was pretty funny. Let's see. I missed a couple of questions. Where did I find one? I saw one. How much did you pay for your KOA membership, and is it worth it? I don't even know if they
remember what we
charge you. I think they
paid.
maybe it's a discount that gives you 5% off. It's the KOA value card. I did that for a couple of reasons. Number one, I can put that number in, and when I do a reservation, it automatically fills things up. Because you know how hard it is with a cell phone sometimes. I have
Fills
very
out those
fat
forms.
thumbs, and you get a little discount. And I've been a member of that ever since we started. Every year I renew it. We like KOA. We try and when we're on the road, we try and boondock as much as we can, but when we need to do laundry and we want hookups and a long, luxurious hot shower, we love KOAs. And so, it's very inexpensive. I don't know what we paid, but it's pretty inexpensive. And one last question, Maggie, how is the Wii Boost working out? All right, Maggie, let me answer that to you. The system that I installed is called Solid RF, and it's the direct competitor to the Wii Boost. And I'll just go into this. I tell you guys the way it is, and maybe that's why we don't have a lot more sponsors now but we have. I'm going to tell you the way it is. So I love this system. Worked great. And you can see the video. I get up into the woods. In fact, I had the Wii Boost that it replaced. I had that with me, and I was going to give it to somebody at our gathering because I had the little dinky tiny antenna, and I had the boost and the indoor antenna, and it's a complete system. So I was going to give it away because I have this new solid RF system. And I went to turn it on, and it wouldn't stay on. The lights would flash on, then turn off. So something in that amplifier unit itself went haywire on me. And I've told the company they're sending me a new one. But I had the old Wii Boost, and I hooked that up, and we had great solid coverage. So we'll see how it goes. But I might keep that as a backup. I was going to give it away. And
You better hang on it.
yeah, so that's I've got a bunch of stuff that I want to
We
figure
have
out
a
how to
bunch
give
of stuff.
away. I've got like that 20-foot one that goes on
Class A.
the Weingard one, I think it is, and it goes on a Class A, and I'm never going to use that. I just don't know how I can get it to people.
I made a suggestion to you. Our local.
Yeah, she suggested that I take it to my local RV dealer and say, hey, here, give this to one of your customers. So maybe I'll do that. We do have a couple things we are going to give away. We're going to give away a new one of those solid RF systems, and we're going to give away that new Blackview dash cam system I have. That's like a $500 system. I'm going to give one of those away. We're trying to work out how to do that in a contest that will work out, so stay tuned for that, and that'll be fun. So that's about all I got for you. One last, what do you think of the new Travato? I love the Travato. It's a really nice little compact unit. Love that center channel down the middle of it. Lots of room for bikes. Lots of storage underneath. It's a sharp unit. Travato is very popular. Winnebago is doing really, really well. And Ellen wants to know, and we'll let Jennifer answer this. What's your favorite campground of all time?
Oh, I don't have a favorite one for all time, do I?
Yeah,
I
probably.
do. What do you
Mm-hmm.
think? Well, because I just came from Tahquamenon Falls. I love that because we were there with all friends and our group.
This is right behind us here. Yeah.
So right now, my favorite is Tahquamenon Falls because I have such good memories being there.
Uh,
It's so much fun to go with one of our groups. We have lucked out because we've always had nice people.
we have. Here's where we were parked at Tahquamenon Falls. And you can see how much snow is on the picnic table in the foreground.
Do not camp in Site 177.
That's where we are. That's
Yeah, you have
177.
this thing about that
Yeah,
site, and it's too close to the outhouse.
it's right
No,
next to
just
the
like,
outhouse. Now it's winter, you
oh,
know. I
well,
didn't think the outhouse,
yeah,
but we had 50 plus people there.
yeah,
Yeah, outhouses still stink in the winter, so don't take
and it was cold.
177.
Don't take 177.
Oh my
Every
gosh,
year
it
you
was.
keep, like, that's your lucky spot or something, 177. Maybe when 10 people went or 2 people went up camping, but we're going in a different spot next year.
Patrick says, "Is a torque wrench necessary to have in your toolbox?" Probably. You
Yeah.
know, if you want to make sure those tires, you're going on a rough road, you want to tighten them down a little bit. It's not a bad thing to take. And beautiful gods is, yes he is the background real? Yes, it's a
Yes,
real background.
yeah,
We took that yesterday on a hike, snowshoe hike in Tahquamenon Falls State Park. That's on the way to the lower falls area. And I just thought all those straight pines looked so cool as they were just so straight up there, that little forest. And so I took that picture, and that's why it's behind us. Obviously, we're not there now. We're at our Sticks and Bricks home, and that's a green screen. You want to see what that really looks like. Behind me, let's see, it looks like this.
oh, nice hair.
Oh yeah, look at my hair. I think I had some other pictures I was trying to do too. Let's see. I was gonna put this as a green screen.
Of course,
Let's see.
when
We
your
can
prize
do
is
this.
either,
We can give you a brick wall.
yeah.
We can make it look like a castle.
Well, hey, I kind of like that.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
like to go to a castle.
You've been to castles.
I know,
in
but I'd
Europe,
like to
yeah.
go to more castles.
We can make it be our home office. That's not a
Oh, that's
home
not
office.
our
That's
office.
much too neat.
Yeah.
We can make it be a modern house.
Okay, they're probably sick of your plan here.
Oh, I bet they all like that. I'm having fun. And then, but seriously, I was going to then just show you that one, the van in the winter. But that's
Nah.
where we were camped. And my favorite is the woods. I just think the woods is
Yeah,
really cool.
that's better.
So there you go. All right.
Much
Sorry
better.
to get all carried away and having fun with the technology, but it's great. So let's real. I love. I got to do 2 more questions, and then don't anybody ask any more because we're running out of our hour time here, and you haven't eaten dinner yet. I got to feed you. I love your videos and appreciate all the great information you both have. Monique, thank you. You've made our day. I should just end right now because that makes us feel really good. And Mary, we're thinking of buying into RV resorts for winter months. What are your thoughts? Are they worth it? If you want to sit in one spot, go for it. And if you found one that you really like, it's certainly worth it. If it's worth it to you, we all have different tastes. There are lots of places that we would love to settle down, and if we could, we could find the right one. But we haven't found the right one, and we have too much of a wanderlust experience. Okay, we're out of here. It's time to go. Just remind you, before you go, please give us the thumbs up. That helps us if you haven't liked this yet. And subscribe to our channel. Also, look for us, the newsletter tomorrow. We've got lots of stuff in the newsletter. Hope you're a part of our RV community. Where's that link to join that? It's right there. roadtrekking.com/community. You sign up tonight, you can get the newsletter tomorrow. It goes out every Monday. We have our podcast coming up Wednesday, a really fun podcast. We ran into 2 people up at this campground who have made their own RVs. They modified them, and they saved so much money. They did it themselves, and they found one of them used a service, a young guy out of Houston who helped them design their RV and helped them put it together. I'm going to interview that guy on the podcast on Wednesday, and he's going to be a great interview. And then we'll have a video on these do-it-yourself vans, these custom vans that people customize their own. I was just blown away at how nice they are and how they put exactly what they want in. So that's all coming up. Thursdays are big wrap-up video on the winter camp out, and we hope you'll all tune in for that. And then look for us Saturday. If you can't go to the Tampa RV show, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the RV Lifestyle Channel, we'll do our Ask Us Anything from the show. Hopefully we got enough internet connection there. And then we'll be flying back, and we'll have lots more over the next couple of months. We hit the road again after we fly back. We load up, and off we go in February, and we'll be gone for several months doing all sorts of fun videos. There. You got anything you want to say?
No.
All right. That's it. It says update the newsletter. I got to go finish that before we send it out tomorrow, and I'm going to do that. Thank you, guys. 1 hour into the show, and we're glad we're here. We'll see you next week. Be happy out there and enjoy yourself.
And happy trails.
Bye-bye.
Bye.